That's good. I mean, that means yes. It means amen, you know. Jim Bryan and I go back a long way. He's the guy that has kind of helped me to get my shoulder back where it's going to be one of these days, to where I can play that guitar a little better and what have you. But Jim is a physician assistant and works at sports medicine here. And he's been around a long time. In fact, I remember when he was with another doctor here. And so we go back a long way. His hair's got thinner. Mine's got grayer. But nevertheless, we're delighted to have him and his family with us today. And the best thing, I told you weeks ago, the best thing about Jim is he knows how to pick a guitar. He really does. And he uses kind of the Chet Atkins style, but yet he adds more than that to it. He tells me he uses everything except his pinky. And so we're just looking forward, Jim, to your playing Christmas carols for us today. God bless you, brother, as you play.
Very happy to be here, and let me just quickly point out my wife Jane down here. There she is, wife of 39 years and some change. My daughter Emily and her 2 kids and my 2 grandkids. I've got Sydney down here, and down here on the other side of my daughter we have Hi Bud. Real name is Jake, but when he was born, every time I'd see him, I'd say, well, hi, Bud. Well, Sydney thought that was his name, so she started calling him Hi Bud. And he's going to be Hi Bud to me from now on. So anyway, I'm very happy to be here. And at the same time, I got to tell you, I'm a little bit embarrassed about being here in Cowboy Church. I don't even own a pair of cowboy boots. I don't have a cowboy hat. And this is the truth. I've never ridden a horse in my life. But Brother Wally assured me you don't have to be the old Roy Rogers style cowboy to be here. And I'd like to point out one other thing about Brother Wally. I came to visit you guys about a month ago, and some of you were here. I see a lot of new faces, and that's good. Got more people here today, so I'm glad to see that. But Brother Wally tripped up here over one of the cords on the stage, and that was back before he had his shoulder surgery and everything, but he was okay. And I saw Brother Wally a few days after I was here, and he fell, and I said, Brother Wally, I think there's one thing you need to keep in mind. Whether I see you in the office or I have to take care of you here in the church, you're getting a bill for it. And I have yet to be paid too, by the way. Before I play the guitar, I really got to clear up some things. I'm not really a good guitarist. I enjoy playing the guitar. I rarely ever play outside of my house. I'll play at my church a couple of times a year, and that's really about it. Brother Wally has never really heard me play the guitar, and he keeps talking about, well, he does this and he does this. Don't be disappointed. As Brother Wally said, let's just have a good time. Now, I want to tell you, my family's heard this story, but I've got to tell it because it kind of sets the tone of me even being up here. I started strumming the guitar when I was 12 or 13 years old. But that's all I did. I just strummed chords. And then somebody said, play me a song. Well, unless you're humming along or singing, you can't just play a song just by strumming chords. You can't recognize it. So when I was about 45 years old, and I'm going to guess at it, and I'm 63 now, so let's say about 18 years ago, I got this wild idea that I'm going to learn how to actually play some songs on the guitar. And I'd always been a Chet Atkins fan, so I said, I'll get me a Chet Atkins Learn to Teach Yourself Guitar at Home book. I did, and I started practicing. I tried to get my thumb and my fingers to work together, and I thought I was making some progress. So I decided I'd go up to Calhoun, because that's where I grew up, Calhoun, Tennessee, just up the road where Bowaters is. Not Bowaters anymore, but that's where I grew up. I thought I'd go up and play for my mom and dad. Now, my dad passed away about 3 years ago. My mom is still alive, and she's 89 years old. And my mom was the church pianist as I was a little small kid. And then my older brother learned to play the piano, and he took over piano, and then he learned how to play the organ. And my older brother has been, and he's a year older than I am, he's 64. He has been the organist at Calhoun United Methodist Church since he was 13 years old. So that's 50-something years he has been the church organist. So my mom and my older brother actually had the musical talent. But I decided I was fixing to go up, play the guitar for my mom and dad. And I said, all right, I'm going to play you a song, and I want you to see if you can tell me what it is. So I took off on the chorus of Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. My dad looked at me and said, well, I know I've heard it. I just can't tell you what it is. And my mom said, yeah, I know I've heard it. Just can't tell you what it is. Well, I was kind of discouraged, but I didn't quit. I said, okay. So I went back home. I practiced a couple more months and thought I was getting better. So I said, all right, I'm going to try it again. Went back up to Calhoun, told my mom and dad, all right, I'm going to play you a song. I want you to see if you can tell me what it is. Took off on the chorus of Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. My dad said, I know I've heard it. I just can't tell you what it is. My mom says, yes, I agree. I know I've heard it. I just can't tell you what it is. I said, it's the chorus to Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. And as soon as I tell them, they'd always say, oh, yeah, now that you tell us, I can hear that. Well, if I had probably been smart, which I never have been, I probably would just quit at that time and give it up. But I didn't. Kept on practicing. Went back a few more months. Said, I'm going to play you a song. I want you to see if you can tell me what it is. Took off on the course of Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. My dad's eyes got real big. He said, by golly, I've got it this time. He said, it's when the roll is called up yonder. I said, that's close enough. I'm going on tour. All of that is a true story, except about the part of me going on tour. But my dad passed away, but I've always enjoyed trying to play the guitar. And I don't read music, so I just play by ear. So what did I play? I play Christmas songs, because that's what we grew up with, Christmas carols. And then I like to play a lot of the old church hymns and gospels, just like Brother Wally there. So I'm going to try to play some Christmas carols, and just keep in mind, I'm not an accomplished guitarist, but I do enjoy it. If you want to hum along, hum along. If you want to sing along, go ahead. Which brings up the point, I will probably tell you the name of the song that I'm going to play, because otherwise you may think it's when the roll is called up yonder. And if that's what it sounds like, just enjoy it anyway. I'll start out with "Oh Come All You Faithful." I'm sorry, I've already got lost. somebody asked me, why don't you play outside your house any more often than you do? And that very reason right there, I get kind of nervous when I play in front of people, and I don't always get. So I'll probably play each song through at least twice. The first time, so I can see if I can figure out how it goes, and then the second time, hopefully, so you'll see how it's supposed to go. I'm going to try the first Noel and Angels We Have Heard on High. I'll kind of do them back to back here. I think we're going to sing this one as a group here in a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and play it. As Brother Wally says, you can never get too much of the Christmas carols. So, Way in a Manger. Please, it's not necessary to clap. Just sit there and enjoy. You don't need to clap. Okay, I'm going to try to do another back-to-back song here. I'm going to do O Come Emmanuel, and then go into We Three Kings. And I'll play We Three Kings the standard way this first time, and then I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit on the second verse of that. I tell you what, it's Brother Wally said when it got close to time that I got hungry to quit. I was hungry before I came in here, so I want to do What Child Is This? And then I think we're going to close with Joy to the World. Am I correct there? I think so. Okay. And I would like to play along with the band. I mean, I love playing with these guys. These guys know how to play. I'm just playing at it. But I'd like to do What Child Is This? And then I'm going to do one special song for my real good friend, Brother Wally. Please allow me to get a sip of water here real quick. Kind of what?
We're just going to do it kind of at the end.
I'll tell you what, I'll play it through one time. Okay. When I came in here a while ago and I was just setting up, I think Kyle asked me, said, do you sing? Well, my guitar playing, as you noticed, isn't exactly great, and my singing's worse. And I told him, said, it's not that I can't carry a tune. People tell me I just don't carry it far enough away. But having said that, I'm going to do a song, and my wife knows what I'm going to do because this is a special song for not just us, but it's a special song for everybody. And I'm dedicating this to my good friend here, Mr. Brother Wally, because I know he has lived his life by the words of this song. And if we would all just do that, this world would be such a better place to live in. So this is for you, Brother Wally. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, Thanks for having me. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. I was going to with the rest of the band. I thought that